Okay, she has a mic. Girl, I was going to be a volleyball coach in college, but then they wouldn't take me with tattoos and pink hair, so times have changed. This feels so much better, right? This close, I can feel like I can touch you with my energy. Reach out, touch faith. Oh my gosh, so excited to be here. Are you guys having a good time? Do I put in a whole year's worth of work to make this happen next year? Yes. Okay. Want to keep it going if you guys are having a good time. Okay. I could just hear a lot. I was like, is it my inner voice? Is it y'all? Is it back there? I was like, is it my spirit guides delivering something? I don't know. And that's the thing. You got to take a moment to check in with yourself. Like, is this mine or is this somebody else's? So as I mentioned earlier, the word embody. When Ava said embody, I was like, noted. That's my keynote. That's what we're doing. And I have been working on this concept of manifestation and how can I teach it in a way that makes a lot more sense than just like a wish or a dream like Ava described it. You guys ever have like that, I really want this thing and it never happened, right? Sometimes that's a good thing. Y'all don't even know what you want. So there is a little built-in system to help you out with that, which is nice. But the real truth is there are multiple parts, and I'm going to share today 3 masculine and 3 feminine. Have we ever approached manifesting that way? No, we haven't. So we're going to bring something a little different today. So we all think about manifestation and the ask and it is given, right? We ask, we're open to receive, and it shows up. But I want to take it a little bit further and give you 6 practical tools to pay attention to in those areas on how do I embody it. We heard Ava say embody, but what does that even fucking mean? And when she started sharing her story, she said, I don't know why I'm about to share this embarrassing story. I was like, oh, invitation to share my embarrassing story. Not really that embarrassing, but really it was the most pivotal time in my life. It was something that had happened that I manifested, and it totally changed my life. I remember saying, I have a message to share. I want to empower women, and I got to do it outside of the salon. I can't do 1 head at a time, 4 heads a day. That's just not going to reach how many women need this message. It would take me like a whole month to do y'all on my salon calendar, right? But when we can bring everyone together and make it happen all in one, I knew that I had a bigger message, and I knew I needed to share it. But I wasn't exactly sure how. I was just a hairdresser, you know? Like, I had an Instagram, but I didn't really know. And I just kept saying, I really want to share my message on a bigger stage. I want to share it in a magazine or a this or a that. I just kept saying, I don't know how. I just have a message to share, and I want to share it. Well, one day, I was in the salon, and a client no-showed. That bitch. But also, thank you, bitch, because it changed my life. That was when I was learning not to be aggressive about people dipping out on you, right? I was learning to ask, well, what good can come from this? So instead of getting mad at that client who didn't show up, I had an hour and I asked myself, what good can come from this? So I called my husband, and it's not what you think, but that could have been really good. I called my husband and I said, hey, bring the camera. I want to do new headshots. It's time to up-level the business. Anyone been there? Like, got to change the brand, font color, something's got to go. And I was really struggling with my own self-love, my own self-image, my weight, my worth, fucking everything. So the first time Chris ever took a professional photo of me, I yelled at him. I was like, what the fuck is that? What? He was like, it looks so stunning, babe. You look so ethereal. And I'm like, oh, look fucking terrible. Oh, look so gross. How many of you do that to yourself, right? Stop. Fucking stop. So that's my message. Mic drop. Okay. Stop beating yourselves up, period. That's the end. Yeah, it's just a stop. So he had been taking photos of me, but that particular time, we grabbed the camera and went and did the thing. We had an hour. And while I was taking the photos, I got a phone call. Okay. Listened to the voicemail when I got in the car, and I'll be damned, Good Morning Texas called me. Yeah. They were like, hey, we heard about you, and we think you'd be so cute for this segment we're doing on short hair. Would you be interested in sharing your wisdom? I was like, yes, this is that opportunity I freaking manifested. I didn't know what it was coming on. It was about hair, but, you know, it was fine. And so I was standing on set, fucking 7 a.m, these news crews, and I'm starting to get nervous. I'm shaking, like, Ava was describing, I'm like, oh, her too? I get it. I totally get it. Because that's what reminded me of this experience. I was standing there, shaking, looking at my husband, and luckily I married a hypnotist. I told you I only have a couple healers, and I married one. My husband's a hypnotist, so I looked at him and I said, babe, don't be my husband right now. Be my coach. Give me advice. I'm freaking the fuck out. And he just goes, babe, be yourself. I popped back so sassy, and I was like, but that's too easy. That's when I realized I was making it hard on myself. That I've been making it hard on myself my whole life. That was permission to just be me and not try or not do anything or put on a mask or have to be someone else or people please or hope that you love me. I could just be me. And that was the moment my life changed forever. That was when I found freedom. Instead of beating myself up, I became my own best friend, recognizing that, oh my God, I am not nice to her when I'm nice to everyone else. But anyone identify with that? We think if we people please everybody else that we'll get the love that we're holding back from ourselves. But the truth is, no partner, no vibrator, no friend, no nothing, maybe the donkeys outside, can give you that sense of completion, nourishment, real love. It's called self-love because your mama's not going to do it for you. In fact, most of you are probably aren't. She's the reason why you're here working on your self-love. We forgive you. We forgive you. So, all of this work that I've done over the last 20 years, I don't even want to say that word because it feels like that's not girl math. How has it been 20 years? And some of you have been on that journey with me for almost all of it, which is really cool. Or half of it. Let me do the math. Colors and sparkles, not real math. But I know that if you've come into my reality just in the last X amount of time, you've seen this version of Brittany. You've seen the empowered, the confident, the don't fuck with me, like boundaries, bitch, like you've seen this evolved version. Like Ava talked about, she built herself. Oh, that made me melt. Anyone understand that? Anyone rebuilding themselves? Talk about a transformation. That's why I have butterflies tattooed all over my arm. And in fact, Nikki Smith was like, what's the deal with everyone loving the butterflies? Everyone's talked about this butterfly ring. Like, transformation? Yeah, we're all healing. We're all rebirthing. We're all growing. And that's the thing. When we realize that it's us that's been holding us back the whole time, we can choose to change. We can choose to empower ourselves by becoming friends with our inner mean girl. Before this empowered version of myself, mushrooms and hypnosis, people called me bitchney. Could you imagine that? Thank you for shaking your head no, because that means that the work has worked. Thank you. When you work it, it works. But when Ava said I built myself, that resonated so deeply. Hold on, my butterflies are sticking to my mic. Because I grew up in a trailer park. I had a biological dad, a stepdad, a sexually abusive stepbrother. Shall I go on, or you guys get the picture? Great. Alcohol, all the things. Drugs, coke, yeah. Breaking the doors down, all the things. So I had a very tumultuous childhood. And I never thought that I would, like Ava said, that I would be here on the stage sharing this message. But what I can tell you is that no matter what your background is, where you come from, how shitty your parents are, or your financial situation, or whatever, I can tell you that one thing can absolutely change your life. And that one thing, aside from you, is your decision. I always say when a woman decides, it's done. But how many of us waffle? I don't know. Is it meant for me? Should I start that business? What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. How many of you overthink it? Stop doing that and just pick what feels good, what lights you up. And so all of that to be said is you have a choice. You get to decide how you want to approach life, how you want to build it. I was going to wear my sparkly shoes, but they vetoed them. So why do y'all think I wear sparkly shoes? I watched Dorothy, the Wizard of Oz, growing up. That. And what did she do? She made a decision. I want to go home. And when I think about going home, I think about coming back home to myself. And that's the decision that I hope you make for yourself tonight. I hope that at some point throughout this experience, whether it was dying in breath work and being like, I have a lot of shit I didn't know I was packed so perfectly in my little packing cubes, or if you started to have these realizations listening to the speakers, or Mama Cacao cracked open your heart and you're like, whoa, this is what it feels like to feel again. Yeah? With your arms crossed, all like, don't let me into the feelings. Don't let me in there. So I hope that you make a decision today, that you make a decision to let the walls down, to crack open and let the light in. No, let the light out, they say. It's already in there. It's the walls that are blocking the light from shining. And those walls are your choice. So they told me I have 30 minutes. I don't know what that means. But shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed run like Mario 3 and give you the 6 principles, because I know once you know these 6 principles, you're going to totally understand how to use them and embody them. So you guys ready for notes? Yes. She's not ready for notes. There we go. Okay. 6 principles to manifest your dreams. 3 masculine, 3 feminine. When I first started coaching, I was experimenting with all the different coaching, one-on-one, group coaching, masterminds, and I started to find that I really love the energy of masterminds, because all of the women that I seem to attract in my life are quite powerful and creative and intuitive, and they have very good insight that I am open to receive. So I found that working in these mastermind environments really gives us space for what we need the most, accountability. We all know what to fucking do, but are we doing it? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But there are some things we need a little help on. And so this mastermind I created was called Manifest Your Dreams Mastermind. I created this well over 10 years ago when I was just starting out and figuring out, where do I want to go? We shelved that for a while, and I really found that I loved one-on-one coaching and all the things, because I could work directly with what is fucking you up? Like, where are you stuck? Which of these 6 principles are you not embodying? And then after we did some of our Costa Rica, or our goddess retreats, I realized that we can come to these events and get pumped the fuck up. And you guys are going to literally levitate out of here, okay? You're going to go back into your environment, your community, to your business, and everyone's going to be like, what happened to you? You are shining so bright. And then it's going to slowly start to like go back into your old habits. I'm telling you this not because that's what I want you to do, but I'm telling you this because it's a reality that I've seen over the last decade, and that it really does happen. Your habits, your shitty fucking habits, will outweigh all this sparkle magic if you let them. If you let them. But if you make a decision to say, I've learned some new tools and I'm going to make a change, then that can be your new reality. So after these goddess retreats, I realized we need to hold these babes accountable. So we started opening up that Manifest Your Dreams Mastermind again. And when I was going to create the embodied program, I realized that what I wanted to teach in embodied was literally what I was already teaching in the Manifest Your Dreams Mastermind. And so I kind of created this little fusion baby, which is what happened here at Solstice. I had an idea that we would do goddess getaways for the weekend rather than a whole week. And Summer Solstice turned into a goddess getaway. So sometimes your dreams and your manifestations will merge and blend based on how many fucking great ideas you've had over the last few years. It just takes time and patience for it to all come together. So I want to share those 6 principles to manifest your dreams. The first one, we're going to look at Saturn. Saturn is our ability to stay disciplined. Okay? And most of you probably know I'm a tarot reader, and I've been studying for over 12 years, and working with the tarot, I have, developed my mediumship ability, so that's fun, all the time, never turns off. And I've also learned that working with the Tree of Life and the Kabbalah, and my dad passed, he was a Christian preacher, and this is the only thing he left me was the Star of David necklace. I'm like, I don't even get it. He said, Britt, you're so woo-woo. I just can't even have a normal conversation with you. You're always talking about manifesting and the moon. So when he died and he left that Star of David necklace for me, I did some deeper studies and found that the Star of David sits in the center of the Tree of Life, the Kabbalah. So I started realizing that we aren't quite that different. We were just using a different language. And so I'm going to give you the 6 points of the star necklace that I wear in honor of my dad. And those 6 points are going to be your 3 masculine and your 3 feminine. So I just want to give you a little background. I could tell you the 3, but I want you to see, where does this come from? This wisdom and this knowledge has been around for so long, but it's been hidden. And it's going to be us in this room that has the courage to start saying, I think I know a better way. Let's get back to our hippie roots. If you've ever pulled an oracle deck in my card, that's certainly one of them. Yeah, really? Do mushrooms, okay? That's what it meant. Great. So we're going to start with the top, Saturn. Saturn is our ability to stay disciplined. This is why we practice yoga. One of the 8 limbs of Ashtanga yoga is discipline, is showing up, getting on the mat. And my advice is just get on the mat for 2 minutes, even if you don't want to be there, because that consistency of discipline will build that positive habit over time. And someone and I were talking earlier, they were saying, I don't like to tell my people to use motivation. I said, yeah, because if you need motivation to go after your dreams and goals, then you're never going to do it. Do you understand? Shit's hard out there these days. You got to be lit the fuck up. So, number 1, masculine, Saturn. This is our discipline. So what area in your life could you be more disciplined? Is it in taking care of your body? Is it managing your emotions, setting boundaries? Where could you use more discipline in your life? Say it out loud. I want to hear. All of it. Yeah. Boundaries, scheduling, responses. What was that? No, I don't approve of that. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, we're going to wake up at it's not even crack of dawn when Jen's already up. We're going to wake up yesterday because, anyway. Okay, what else? Anything else that you know you need to be more disciplined? Find one area of focus. What is that one area? Sugar. Okay, we can all put that on our list. Fucking addictive shit. What else? Anything else? What about it? Build it? Oh, and you have such a beautiful feed, too. So step 1, discipline. You got to show up and do it anyway. We cannot do it based on our feelings. If you're a Libra double Pisces like me, you definitely can't do it based on your feelings because it changes every 2.4 seconds. Or that, No, you're good. No. I like talk. That's why I yell at all the speakers. Y'all are all quiet. I'm like, this ain't church, man. Fucking talk. So if you have a thought, say something. Yes. So we cannot base it just on our feelings alone. Although we like to be like, I just got to feel my way through it. And it's important to use our feelings. But for the most part, they do lie to us, because we feel tired when we just get up and work out and get more energy anyway. So our mind likes to play tricks on us. So discipline. Where can you be more disciplined in your life? Second one, Jupiter. This is flexibility. Where can you be more flexible in your life? When we think about the tree, it bends with the wind. It doesn't snap. It has adaptability. Flexibility. So where in your life could you be more flexible? This is not letting people cross your boundaries. Do you understand? This is being flexible with, okay, well, I really wanted that pink car, but this black one just showed up for free. I guess I'll take it. But let me tell you how many times the gift shows up to my client's life, and they're like, that's not what I ordered. That's not what I wanted. Like, yes, he did cheat on you, but you want it out of the marriage, okay? So we have to be flexible with how that shows up. We have to give a little and then stand firm when it doesn't feel good. That's flexibility. We find our edge. Does that feel good? We'll go a little further. So where can you be more flexible in your life? Maybe it's in your physical body. As we talked earlier in yoga, your age is reflected by the flexibility of your spine. So is your flexibility maybe in the physical? Is flexibility in the mind? Maybe you have such rigid thoughts. And I believe this one way, and I'm not open to new ideas. I know that's not you because you wouldn't be in this room. Y'all signed up for this. Well, just hit myself in the face. Okay, flexibility. Where can you be more flexible? Next one, Venus. Venus. What do you think that one is? Following what you love. Following what your heart's desire is. So what is your heart's desire? Out loud. To speak. Community. Create. Service. What else? Sing. Self-love. From the audio in the back. Love that. What else? What lights you up? This is a lesson in Shine School. Many of you have taken Shine School, which we'll be giving away one later. Many of you have taken Shine School. One of the lessons in there is what lights you up. I ask everyone to make a list of all the things that bring you joy. So maybe on your notes, write 3 things that bring you joy, that light you up. Best friends. Well, now we all have a bunch of best friends. Isn't this exciting? So what lights you up? What brings you joy? What are you like fucking thinking about while you're having sex and you're like, I can't stop thinking about it because it's so exciting? That's the level of lit up I'm talking about. When I first started doing hair, Chris would be like, right, He'd look down, he'd be like, where are you? What are you thinking about? I'm like, oh, if I formulated a 7.34 with a copper at 20 volume, and if I da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just can't stop. It's just all the creative. I want you to be that lit up, where you're orgasmic about your life. When is the last time you felt orgasmic about your life, where you're like, I fucking love my life. Damn, I'm creating such a beautiful life. If you don't like the life you're living, you can thank you or be mad at you or whatever with you. Yeah, you can thank you. Because if you're not creating the life you love, it's because you didn't know there was another way. And I hope that these 6 principles show you that it doesn't have to be hard to achieve and manifest the dreams that you want. Venus. All right, Mercury. Mercury, what do you think that is? Communication. We got our little zodiac astrologers in here. So Mercury governs our communication, positive speech into what you want to call in. How many of you complain? Let's be real. Do you find yourself complaining? I don't really like this. It's too hot. I wish I didn't have this. It's so easy to do. I find myself living at the freaking Dallas Cowboys headquarters complaining about it, and my trailer park ass would have been like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You are so lucky. It's so easy to complain. It's so easy. But it's also your manifestation tool, your voice, your song, your words, all of those are shaping your reality. They're shaping your reality from the inside to the outside. So the words that you speak to yourself, knowing that you are only as strong as your self-talk, are then going to reflect the outside world that you create. So if you're speaking negatively, rude, talking shit, I don't think it's possible, doubting yourself on the inside, guess what you'll be met with? A lot of fucking challenges. Just to show you, you're creating this, and you can choose to change it. Have you ever manifested something where you're like, I fucking knew this, I don't want to, this lesson again? But you got through it, and you're like, actually, I'm aware now that I created that self-sabotaging lesson, and I see myself doing it. I'm still doing it, but I'm aware. That's an important piece. First step to change is awareness. That was literally my first YouTube video that I ever made. I was like, I want to help people. What do I talk about? Well, I talk about transformation because that's what I'm good at. Okay, well, how do people change? And I sat there in my salon chair, like pretending I was about to be this YouTube star. And I was like, well, people just need to know that they're fucking it up. Like, I don't even think people know. I didn't know I was talking shit to myself. My husband, thank God, married the hypnotist, was like, babe, do you talk shit to yourself? No, nope. About 2 years later, I was getting ready, and I was like, I'm so fat, I was like, oh, she talks to herself, and it's bad. So awareness, some of us don't even realize. I think we're highly evolved. We know we're doing it. But if you're evolved and you have awareness, it's time to move on. Learn the lesson. Mercury, communication, making sure you speak things positively. When I was in Iceland, I heard the word abrahadabra, which is the actual saying of it. They put a C in it to hide the magic, so there's that. I kept hearing that word over and over. My guides kept saying it to me, and I was like, what do you want me to know? And they said, your words are magic sticks. Be careful of your words and use them wisely. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you think about. And as soon as I heard that, my favorite song, Mr. Jones, by the Counting Crows, came on. I always say Mr. Jones comes on when my spirit guides are around. In fact, I got real high one night and was like, Mr. Jones is my spirit guide. And when that song came on in Iceland, I was like, okay, I'm not crazy. I really can hear things and channel things. And so I really came back from that trip with that realization, is that our words create our reality. So be mindful of the words that you choose to speak about yourself and about other people. My rule is, this was my salon rule. If they weren't sitting in the room, would I say it? Would I still say it? Would I say it in that way? And the same is true to yourself. All right, Mercury. Now we're going to go to the moon. The moon. Oh. Yes, feelings, but more so nurturing. Nurturing our feelings. Making sure that we're always pouring into ourselves. This is why I preach orgasms. Self-care. Self-love. Like the head nods. Yes. Yes. So when we tap into the energy of the moon, this is another feminine quality of pouring nurturing, loving, healing energy into ourselves. And this goes so hand in hand with how we speak to ourselves. Because if we speak positively to ourselves, that's nurturing. If we start talking shit to ourselves, that is destructive. Do you know that? Can you tell the difference? I want you to think about that one negative label. Like that one, like mine was whore, okay? I grew up in a country town, okay? And the orgasm thing, okay? It didn't land well in Farmersville. What's that one negative label that you hold about yourself? I want you to think about what that word is, and I want you to decide, this is your decision making, that you're no longer gonna speak that word to yourself anymore. So whore, bitch, fat, slut, stupid, whatever your word is. And I want you to think about something empowering. What's one empowering word that you're gonna walk away from today and you know, no, you just didn't. It's daily affirmations. Daily affirmations. The way you speak to yourself matters. Well, this is the word we're gonna replace your bullshit with. I am enough, I am grateful, I am successful, I am strong, kind, safe, intelligent, courageous, loved, healthy, beautiful, positive, powerful, worthy, winner, confident, unique, awesome! I'm going to hand that to you. Well, that was the spirit message, just dropped right on in. I want you to pick a positive word, something like that. Doesn't that feel good when we say that versus like, I'm a fat bitch, slut, whore, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, much better. So the words that we use to nurturing ourselves, they go hand in hand. Last one, Mars. That's 6, right? Girl math, colors and sparkles. Mars. Obviously, we think of action, right, when we think of Mars, but this is about taking right action, aligned action. This is not just any action because we're like, oh, I'm afraid, I don't know, I'm just gonna fucking do some shit. No, we take a moment to check in with ourselves. Is this taking me closer to my dreams and my goals? If the answer is no, why are you doing it? And yes, the laundry will take you closer to your dreams because you'll look good on stage when you're ready. So I want you to think about the right aligned action. What actions in your life right now are you taking that just aren't really giving you the results that you want? I see that accountability smirk. And what would be the right action to replace that with? For me, it was getting on the yoga mat in the morning for a little while. I was going to the gym, doing all that, but I was resisting the mat. I was like, why am I resisting? That's the easy part. Come on. But going inward is not the easy part. We can make it look pretty on the outside, but it's how we show up on the inside that really matters. So where can you take right action in your life? What's one step forward? When you leave here tomorrow, I want you to think about what's the new habit I'm going to build. What is that? Out loud. Learning. Love that. So good. Time management. Yep. We have a master class in the elevated life on that. Yep, 7 or above rule. Yeah, evaluating. Anyone not heard of 7 or above rule? Woo, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. So the 7 or above rule was created when Chris and I were going to our family's Easter. He said, babe, how bad do you want to go today on a scale of 1 to 10? This is why I asked you earlier, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? And I said, well, I just kind of feel like a 6 today. And he said, babe, we're adults. We shouldn't do anything in our life that's not a 7 or above. Yep. And that's when we started realizing that it was not just this cute concept, but it was a powerful tool that allowed our logical mind and our emotional body to both be seen and heard at the same time. We use the numbers in our logical brain to assess how we feel. So it's a more balanced approach than just going off the feelings, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, what is not a 7 or above in your life right now? Who is not bringing 7 or above energy into your life right now? Leave them. Leave them. Living by the 7 or above rule. Yeah, Chris said, I want to play 9 or above. I was like, we would not ever leave. We would never leave our house. I'm married to an Aquarius. We would never leave. It's like, no, I don't think so. So with that being said, I know my time is short today because I really wanted to allocate this time to the fun that we were having, to the henna, to the other speakers. So I hope that you've enjoyed these 6 key takeaways on how to manifest your dreams. You guys see that it's really not that hard. It's not just coming up with an idea, putting it on your vision board and making like pretty like Pinterest pictures. It's about living in that embodiment every single day, showing up with consistency, discipline, heart, excitement, joy, curiosity, giving yourself permission to stay in alignment with where you want to go, not where you think others think you should go or whatever that game is you're playing. Can you sit here and say with 100% certainty right now that you are living a life that you love, that you are choosing to build that life? Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Well, give yourself a fucking round of applause for that. I ask because I assume it's true. I assume that if you're in this room, you already know that you're doing it. So, with that being said, I want to remind you that it's you. It's you causing the pain. It's you causing the pleasure. You get to decide what coin you want to live on, or what side of the coin you want to live on. I invite you to choose pleasure. And my intention for you all set your intentions this morning, and I'm going to share mine with you before I wrap up. My intention is that you take away the medicine that you needed from today, that you are open enough and willing to receive exactly the love, the energy, the nourishment, whether it's green juice or a hug from Nitu. My intention is that you receive exactly what you need, that you take absolute control of your life, that you recognize that you have the power. You do not need permission. I will give it to you here, permission granted, but you do not fucking need it. You already have everything you need inside of you, but it is about putting yourself in the right room with the right people that reflect back to you your amazingness, your sparkle magic, to keep you accountable when you feel anything less than. Because every 28 days, we feel very different. So, for the next 90 days, I'm going to extend an invitation. I usually only offer the mastermind, as I was telling you earlier, to people who have gone through my goddess retreats. Why? Because we do the healing work there. Because I know you understand the principles of healing and self-love. But when I started thinking about this, I'm like, this is a retreat. This is yoga. This is breath work. This is mind. This is learning. This is journaling. This is getting introspective. This is opening up the walls, hugging people. Someone told me, I'm not a hugger, but it's not so bad. Yeah, I'm not a hugger. I've heard that a few times today. And in fact, one of the women that came to my hair salon, who actually ended up coming to my goddess retreat, she sat down for a haircut, and I said to her, what's up with you and your partner? Are y'all going to get married, or are y'all just pretending like this is like half and half, like not really one, like both feet in? Nothing's wrong. We're fine. Everything's great. She comes to a goddess gathering. Oh, my God, we need help. So she comes to a retreat, and we work through the 7 chakra system that we were talking about earlier. And when we get through the first 3, she comes up to me, and she's like, I'm fucking killing it. I'm fucking great. I'm amazing. I'm successful. I'm crushing it in business. I'm perfect. I love it. Still doesn't want to hug, though, so I'm like, no, you're not. We get to the heart chakra. She's like, I'm so fucked up. So I share that because what I've seen happen is the tremendous power of what happens when you sit in the same room with people who see you, who hear you, who believe in you, who remind you to believe in yourself. So with this invitation extended, I've decided to open up the Manifest Your Dreams Mastermind to you, babes. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. But clap for you, because it's really for you. I love coaching. It is my favorite thing, and it's exactly why I'm quitting the hair salon. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, where's all the hair people? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. I just, because it does. It does. We trained Shelly. How many of you got your braids and your feathers and yep. Shelly's actually been my client since I was in beauty school. Shelly came to me and she said, I want to be a hairdresser. I hate going to college. I hate this marketing degree. I'm living my dad's dream and I want to do what makes me happy, and you look really happy every day. So Shelly went to beauty school and she had the courage to ask, can I shadow you? And it's been 8 years, she never left. So I invite you to put yourself in the right room. You're already here, but I want to extend that for the next 90 days. The Manifest Your Dreams Mastermind is a container that we're going to limit to about 10 people. If all of you want to sign up, then we'll figure it out. But we usually limit to it about 10, the women that join our retreat. And this is going to hold you accountable for the next 90 days. We'll get together every 2 weeks because I know we are busy running our lives, our business, and the world. So it's not a lot of time commitment. I'm not going to ask you to fucking fill out 75 workbooks. What we're going to do is we're going to get together on a call for 90 minutes with this beautiful group, and we're going to work through what are you stuck on. I'm going to guide you through these 6 principles that I taught you today. So we'll start with discipline. Where are you stuck? That's most important. So for 90 days, we'll meet every 2 weeks. And we'll mastermind, we'll powwow. You'll put your contribution in. I'll teach my thing. I'll channel till however long it is, my bad. And then we open it up for you to be able to work through the hot seat coaching. I think we have a year worth of the Elevated Life membership included as a bonus. And if you sign up today, I think Brittany bought like 3 gifts for the first 3 people. Like, she's really gamifying my whole experience. Do you guys like that? Is that fun? Have y'all played with the Kajabi app yet? Or are y'all like, fuck that, I'm just here? Like, real talk. Some? Yeah? Yeah? Just wanted to positive, feedback, getting a pulse on it. So anyway, we've passed out this beautiful postcard with the Manifest Your Dreams Mastermind details. I'm not interested in pitching and doing all that. So if you have hard nips and the body tingles, scan the code and all the details are on there. We will start in about 2 weeks, so you'll have a little bit of time to wrap your head around connecting in this container. Oh, the bubbles. Oh, one last thing. Because it wouldn't be a Manifest Your Dreams Mastermind if I wasn't shooting $1 million bills at you. Yes! All right. I just want to have a little fun with you. Most importantly, invite you to keep this beautiful magic going. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, your energy, your open heart commitment. It's been so incredible to see all the healing, the growth, the excitement. I love that y'all look like strippers right now. Yeah, in the titties. She's got $1 million titties, y'all. Oh, well, thank you. I can blow you and cash you. Woo! Yes! Okay. Thank you.